Hello my dear friends, welcome to my channel. Friends, in our previous video we have discussed that how we can create our GET APIs in our Spring Boot application, and then we have discussed about an creation of POST APIs. Now in this particular video we will see that how we can create our PUT APIs. So friends, we generally use an POST request to create the resource at server side, and we use the PUT request to update the resource at server side. So let us see that how we can create our PUT APIs. So here I have created an update customer method, and we will use this update customer method to update the mail ID and phone number of the customer. So let us see that how we can update the customer details. So first of all, here you can see that we have marked our update customer method with annotation as put mapping. So when we have to create and put APIs, then in that case we have to use an put mapping annotation. And by using the value attribute, we are defining the path which can be used to identify this particular API to update the customer. So here we are having the customers, and then we are passing the customer ID as path variable. So in the parameters of method, you can see that we are using an path variable annotation, and this particular annotation is used to map the value which we are passing in our URL to the parameter of our method. And this method is having one more parameter, that is customer, which is used to get the details of customer. And here you can see that we have used a request body annotation because we know that customer data is sensitive information, so we will send these details in the body of our request. That is why we have used an request body annotation. And here inside our method you can see that we are using an update customer email ID method and update customer phone number method, which we have defined inside our service class to update the details of our customer in repository. So here we are first getting the details of the customer by the help of customer ID, and we are checking whether the customer details is available or not. So if customer detail is not available, then we are throwing an exception that no customer available with this particular customer ID. And if customer detail is there, then in that case we are updating the customer details. So in this particular method we are updating a mail ID of a customer, and in this particular method we are updating a phone number. And then after calling the service class methods, here we have defined an field with the name success message with value as customer updated successfully. And then we are returning an object of response entity with success message field and status code as 200. Now let us try to test our put API by using Postman. So friends, this is our Postman application. So currently we are having 4 customers with customer ID as 100, 101, 105 and 106. Now let us try to update the customer details with customer ID as 100 by using the put API. So here you can see that this is the URL for our API, and here we are using an put method, and when we will try to hit this particular API, then this particular value, that is 100, which we are passing as path variable, so this particular value will be mapped with the path variable as customer ID. Now let us first try to send this request without body. So here you can see that we are getting a response message as 500, and we are getting this response from a server, and this is because of the exception handling which we have done for our application. So here you can see that we are getting a message as required request body is missing, and we are also getting the method details, so we can use this detail to debug our application. Now let us try to add the body with a request. So in body section, this is our customer detail, and this is our customer ID which is already there in repo. So let us try to update the mail ID as Chetan123 and with phone number as 77777. Now let us try to send this put request to server, and then we will see the response. Now here again you can see that we are getting an error with messages content type not supported. And why we are getting this error is because we are passing and content type as text. So let us change the content type to JSON. Now let us try to send our put request once again. So my dear friends, here you can see that now we are getting an response code as 200 from server and with messages customers updated successfully. So let us try to validate whether these details is updated or not. So this is our get request to get the details of all the customer. Try to get the details with customer ID as 100. So here you can see that our server has responded with response code as 200, and this is the details we have got. So now our customer ID is updated with value as Chetan123, and this is the same value which we have provided, and our phone number is also updated. Now let us try to update the detail of the customer which is not there in our repo. So this time I am providing a customer ID as 120, and this is the response body. So I am updating the customer ID with 120. Now let me send this request to a server. So friends, here you can see that this time our server has responded with a response code as 500, and this is our response body. So we're getting a message as no customer available with customer ID is 120. So friends, I hope that you are able to understand that how simply we can create a put request. And friends, in our next tutorial, we will see that how we can create a delete APIs.